surrounding today's talk, the 9 rules of effective customer experience design. The rules that we're going to share today were created by analysing 2 years of social data, looking at 2 of the world's biggest brands, Microsoft and Sony. Using our customer commitment framework, we're able to look at likelihood to purchase either of their key consoles, the Xbox and the PlayStation, on a week-by-week basis. And that means we've been able to spend time really getting underneath what the different marketing, product development, and customer experience strategies that both brands have tried have had on likelihood to buy their products. So although we've developed these 9 rules focusing on these 2 mega brands, in fact, the insights that we're going to share are really key potential methods that any brand can use when they want to win an increasingly competitive marketplace. Know your audience's priorities and place them at the center of your CX design process. Let's face it, we're all creatures of habit. It's important that you know how and why people consume your products. And if you know and understand those needs, then it means when you come to revolutionize your product or even evolutionize your product, you know how to take them with you. If you're making a really radical change to what you offer, it's very important that you're able to take the customers on that journey with you. They need to understand at each stage of that new customer experience what the net benefit is of them, to move away from the thing that they're very comfortable with to try this new and different experience. It really is up to you as a brand or a product owner to make sure that they understand what they'll get out of moving along on a journey with you. Declare early and clearly what you and your product stand for. Features and benefits will only ever be one part of the story. To be successful, you need to articulate your product and your customer experience within the customer's own lives. When consumers can imagine and see how your product fits into their lifestyles, they're much more likely to feel comfortable to come on that journey with you. Make sure that you focus on you and your customers together in the visual identities that you develop for your products and service. And make sure that you employ a very consistent form of storytelling throughout all of the activities that you do develop. If you are changing direction, it's critical to take your existing customers with you. Guide them through the roadmap and take them through the new customer journey from the beginning. Of course, you may lose some of them along the way. That's inevitable in a time of change. But the critical thing is that you can keep engaging your valuable and influential customers. Lay out step by step for them why they should continue to be with you on that journey, because they will become the bedrock for your new product or your new service, because those are the ones who understand most about what you are today. Don't leave them behind and make sure that they are going on that journey with you. About the end-to-end customer experience from day one. An effective CX should be a pathway to commitment. It starts with winning early awareness, but it ends with excellence in lifelong product experience. So it's perhaps easiest to be the winner of the awareness and consideration battle. But the most successful brands will be those who set out very early in the process a commitment to a post-sales experience, a community to be part of, and a very clear declaration that you as a brand want to be in a relationship with this customer. That's the point at which the purchase decision becomes much more than just that product in the moment. It becomes about building a long-term relationship and a long-term customer experience that's an equal partnership between you and the people that you want to attract into the brand. Get your product into the hands of trusted customers, influencers and advocates really early. Just don't be afraid of the CX version 1.0. It can teach you things that you might never discover when you're looking at it internally. Test all of the experiences early and often. Test it with friends and enemies alike, because they'll both give you a completely different story. And in fact, the truth will be somewhere in between both perspectives. Be open to points of failure that you might never have discovered before. Because in fact, sometimes having that extra set of eyes looking at the most refined of processes will be the pair that actually find the thing that's going to unlock the true value of the experience that you're developing. Welcome and facilitate competitive comparison. If you enable customers to make intelligent and involved evaluations, they'll be much more committed to your offerings. Think about digital tools, in-store experiences, and independent competitor evaluations. All of these things allow customers to connect more deeply with your product, and to do that all-important stage of making sure that the thing they're going to buy will be truly relevant to their desired experience scenarios. Make them feel that they're going to get what they need and want from your product. Of course, some of the comparisons you'll win, but others you will lose. But that's okay, because people who come into a purchase decision feeling like they've really understood what they're buying are those that will be there and committed for the longest time. Be decisive. If something's not working, change it quickly. Course correcting something, even very publicly, can truly strengthen the relationship that you have with your customers. It very publicly shows that you know how to listen, you understand, and you're flexible. Listening to customers' hopes, thoughts, and fears very early in a product development process is an absolute advantage for brands. Effectively listening when a product hits the marketplace and being prepared to respond and change sets a very strong foundation with new customers in particular that says you are prepared to do what you need to do to make sure that they will commit to you as a product or you as a brand and will continue to have a long-term relationship with you. Use data-driven decision-making and be creative with the data sources that you use. Think about the research you need to do. Set targets about the experiences that you want your customers to have. This is where we feel that real-time data sources like social data is perhaps the most valuable sources that you can look at. If you can imagine being able to respond in real time to issues as they emerge, it means that day by day you are focusing on continuing to be the most competitive in your marketplace. Whether you choose to think about a walled customer community, where customers are constantly feeding you with reviews and comments and advice about what they think you should do with your products, or you choose to listen across a whole range of social data platforms. The thing that you're doing by embracing that approach is that you're closing the gap between the time that you discover there's an issue and your ability as a brand to solve that problem and to execute to address any issues that are emerging. And really, when you're thinking about constantly using data to develop your CX, it means that you're constantly evolving it. So as we said, don't be afraid of CX 1.0. Be very clear what you're doing when you get to 2.0. But you can keep adding and growing and developing those experiences because you are tapped into that real-time data source. Keep listening. Be prepared to build a customer community at all stages in the product lifecycle. In a modern world, having access to customers' and consumers' views at all times will be a great advantage. The brands of the future will be those who understand how to operate within their customer communities, how to both show respect and also to be respected by their customers. If you're continually listening, if you're continually having conversations, it will put you into one of the elite brand rules, which is that the most successful brands of the future will be those who truly understand how to grow, develop, and market customer experiences that are built in partnership. And that's in partnership with the people that should be most important to you, your most valuable and core customers. Thanks for listening. And if you want to go deeper into the data that supported and created these 9 rules, then please come to our website, sdl.com/CX Playbooks, where you can understand all of the key things that we learned through this process.